Hey everybody, Dr. Julie here. Today is day 2 of our weight loss challenge. Today it's gonna be all about fiber, the incredible health benefits of fiber. Fiber come back. That is so important, so key. So challenge day 2 is about getting fiber. So what we need to do is invest in you. So are you ready to invest in you? I know that we need to make sure that we're doing the right thing. So fiber needs to come back. And how do we do that? We have to skip processed foods and added sugars. You see this right here? These are all processed foods. These here are in bags. These here you can get at stores, right? You can go to a place to eat, or you get your donut in the morning. Those things got to go. Not only that, but this has sugar in it. It has white flour in it, and it has fat because it's fried. We have a lot of dainties here. We have French fries. We see these things. These are not things that would be on our top list of priority for choice of food. We got to skip the processed stuff because the main key point here is simply this. Because our foods are what fuels our body, our cells, and it needs to be nutritious, not bagged. So we have to understand that because processed foods have chemicals, they have additives, they have coloring, they have added sugars and other compounds in these foods, these processed foods. And they're all potential sources of irritation, inflammation. And avoiding these ingredients by choosing more whole foods and minimalizing processed products is key to reducing inflammation and losing weight. That's what you're here for, right? When you purchase a packaged product, what does that mean? It means that it's processed because it's packaged. So take a look at the ingredients list. Be real good at reading those ingredients. And we can talk about that another time. Does it mirror what you might use if you were making food from scratch? That's key right there. What kind of products are inside of it? What ingredients does it have? Very key when we look at processed foods. Most processed foods are junk. They need to be out of your diet because it has too many chemicals and additives and colorings and plus sugars added to it that you probably wouldn't do if you did it from scratch. So with that, the second thing is incorporate inflammatory produce and fat. What does that mean? The key point here is because certain foods cause inflammation, we want to make sure that we're doing the good stuff. The good things are your fruits and vegetables, your nuts, your seeds, and your plant-based fats like avocados and olives. Now, when we go to something like that, a plant-based foods, that's going to give us more nutrition. That's going to give us everything that our body needs because we're looking for those good things that can help build our cells to make us well. All right? So another thing here is inflammatory produce and fats, okay? While getting rid of irritants, it's also important to refuel with foods containing anti-inflammatory compounds like antioxidants, phytochemicals, and omega-3 fatty acids. You see these foods? These foods are high in antioxidants. What does that mean? It means when we have oxidation take place inside of our system, it means that we're dying. We're not doing very well. And so when that happens, it makes us older, it makes us inflamed, it destroys our cells. And so this is why it's important that we understand the foods that we eat need to be healthy for us, so then that way we can have things that are clearing out the inflammation inside of our system. And so it's very vital and important that we chew our food, because if we don't chew our food well, then what happens is we don't have all the enzymes in order for it to digest properly and work inside of our system. So then that way our body is working the way it should and putting the nutrients into the bloodstream in order to help the cells get well, making sure that the cells are being fed. Next thing we need to look at is fiber and looking at gluten-free. Everybody's into this gluten-free thing. Well, do we know for sure if that's what it is? Because a lot of times people have food confusion. They don't know what it was that made them bloat, have gas, and all that other stuff. But if you test, we can know, so we don't have to guess. However, the next thing is incorporating gut-friendly foods. We see here that these are good things in order for us to eat. Getting that fiber in is good for our gut. And whole foods, grains, nuts, seeds, these are what we need. Fruits and vegetables, these are the things. So what is gut-friendly? Strengthening the gut's microbarrier is essential to reducing inflammation because it can prevent future irritants from slipping through the intestinal wall and into the bloodstream. This is so important that when we're eating our food that we chew it up. Chew, 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 because it's good for you. That way the enzyme from your saliva, because this is where digestion starts, is in the mouth. And it's very key because we eat so fast that it doesn't get in mixed with our food. So when it goes down into the stomach, it's not able to break it down properly. So very important. So do this. Try to incorporate foods every day that are fermented, such as active live bacteria cultures like yogurt, sauerkraut, kombucha, miso, kimchi. Make sure that it's a plant base. That's better than not, okay? You can make your own sauerkraut at home. If you get some cabbage, you can put a little salt, put your cabbage, pack it in a jar, put a little salt, and you just keep doing that. And you can put also beets in there. You can also put carrots in there. And let me tell you, those are key things. Pack that up in there in a jar, let it sit, and within a few days, you can start eating it. It is awesome, and it helps your gut. So don't eat carbohydrates unless it has fiber attached to it. Very key here because there's simple carbohydrates and there's complex carbohydrates. What's the difference? A simple carbohydrate definitely doesn't have fiber, but a complex carbohydrate does because it's your whole grains. It's those things that you would find in the produce section, right? So fiber helps improve your blood sugar control. This helps that. And also it helps lowers your cholesterol levels, your triglycerides, all of that too. And it reduces your risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes, colon rectal cancer, and heart disease. Now, we talked about the diabetes and the heart disease yesterday on day 1. And so we see that this is important. We also talked about cholesterol and blood sugar. So foods rich in fiber include legumes, dried beans, lentils, all of those things, anything that's a bean, right? And then veggies, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, spinach, squash, sweet potatoes, stuff like that. And fruits, apples, berries, oranges, pears, you get the point. These things are rich in fiber. These are the things you want to be looking at. So make plants the foundation of your diet. So when you eat, put that on your plate first. Eat all your fruits and vegetables first before you get to the other stuff. Because when you do that, you're going to be loading your body with fiber that's good and healthy and strong to cleanse you, to help rebuild those cells, to help you feel better, get rid of the inflammation. And so therefore that's important. Plant-based foods contain a variety of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that help support your cells and reduce inflammation. They also provide fiber and water, both of which help you feel fuller. And research strongly supports that benefits of plant-based nutrition approach for weight loss, disease prevention, and overall health. Just remember that a plant-based diet still requires portion control. Now, we want to make sure that we're eating what we need. We need to get five cups of fruits, 5 cups of vegetables every single day. Now, most people only get about 2 to 3, and that's including both. So that's not so good. Another thing is make good choices. Don't eat the white bread, get the whole grain. Don't do the instant rice or the white rice, get the brown rice. Instead of getting canned fruits or juices, eat the fresh fruits. Instead of getting potato chips, go for popcorn. Instead of doing chocolate chips, go for raisins or unsweetened carob chips. Cream of mushroom soup, instead of that, get lentil or split pea soup. Instead of a low-fiber cereal, look for bran cereal, stuff that has whole grains in it. Instead of sugar cookies, go for oatmeal-type cookies, right? Make your own. I have a great recipe too. White flour, go for whole wheat flour. You have to make the choices. In your mind, you have to know how to make good choices. Another thing is eat a variety of colorful, nutritional, dense foods. And the reason why is because when we eat these different colored foods, it gives us different type of vitamins, you see? So fresh fruits and vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains such as brown rice and oatmeal, quinoa, different things, that you can find as whole grains, this is the way to go. Even sprouted grains, those are like superb, excellent. Any sprouted thing, actually, sprouted seeds, yummy, like radishes. You can get a variety of different ones, which is great. So foods to avoid eating are foods that have added oils, butters, and sugars. That's added. Fatty red or processed meats. Those have a lot of coloring in it, a lot of chemical in it, and a lot of salt in it. So you have to be aware of that. Baked goods, be careful with that because they're loaded with sugar and fat. Bagels, they're white usually. White bread and processed foods. Those are the things you need to avoid. So plan ahead. So stock your kitchen with diet-friendly foods, and creating structured meal plans will result in more significant weight loss. You know, if you look at my refrigerator, you go in there, you're going to see a whole bunch of produce, such as fruits and vegetables. In my freezer, I've got frozen fruits and vegetables. Those are the key to life. So people looking to lose weight, keep it off, should clear their kitchen of processed or junk foods, and ensure that they have the ingredients on hand to make simple, healthful meals. Doing this, what will it do? It will prevent quick, unplanned, and careless eating. You got to have the plan. You got to do the plan. You got to work the plan, execute the plan, so then that way you can be on the right track. Planning food choices before getting to the social event or restaurants might also help in the process, making it much easier. Including these things so we know what's at the restaurant before we go to the restaurant, so we know what we can order. So again, looking at a healthy cell, damaged cell, and diseased cell. Toxic, inflamed cellular damage. This is what's happening in the cell. We want to make sure that our cells are healthy and that they're getting fed as well, because we know that cells build tissues, tissues build organs, right? And if we have toxic or inflammation, what it does is the body hangs onto fat when it has toxin in it. Inflammation holds you back because we see that food, heavy metals, it hinders your goals and it creates damaged cells. So we need to detox and deflame. Water drinking is one of the things to detox and deflame. Eating certain foods also help to detox and deflame. I'm putting you on diet that you can do. It's a lifestyle. Eating those fruit and vegetables first before you eat anything else to help you get fuller and get that fiber in your system, so then that way you're stepping and you're going in the right direction. We have had a 98% success rate with all the things that we do on the different type of health issues that we've been doing with people, because we don't guess, we test. And it's so important to get tested. We have 2 major tests that we do, but heavy metals, infections, foods, gut stuff, digestion, enzymes, additives. And by getting healthy, your body automatically melts the fat off. And that's the key. We want to get rid of that inflammation. In order to do that, we have to find out what's going on inside you to know what we need to do here in order to correct that. So I have a special offer. I have a couple special offers for you. The first one is to get my book called Functional Lifestyle Reset. It usually costs $50, but today you can get it for $30. That also includes the shipping and handling costs. So it'll be $30 exactly for this Functional Lifestyle Reset book. However, if you're looking into getting more of diet plans and stuff like that with information, I do have another book that I will throw in for an extra $20. So it'd be a total of $50 for these 2 books. And that second one already has meal plans in there. It gives you the recipes, and it also gives you a grocery list. So then that way you know what to do each week for 4 weeks. So this will give you an extra 4-week time. The Functional Lifestyle Reset book is really good because it talks about other things that are holding you back from being sick or from being overweight. So with that, you can do this. And if you want to go one step further and also get the tests, it's a hair analysis test and a blood test. I can send these kits out to you. The cost usually is like $1,200, $1,199.97. But with the special offer today, you can get it for $899.97. So, and also I'm doing some health consults with that. So that's all included too, especially 2 big health consults And that's like plus the results, as where I talk to you about the results too. So, I mean, that's extra, right? And so if you want any of these things, if you want to get the test done, or if you want to get the books, you can call me at or text me at 706-953-9512. And you have until next week to get these special offers. So again, my number is 706-953-9512. All right, this has been day 2 of our weight loss challenge.